ever wondered if daily cleaning is necessary for a Lagos Airbnb? Like, is it worth the cost and the hassle? This particular video was inspired by our consultation session. So we realized that every time we have clients coming for consultation, one burning question that they always ask us is, do we need to do daily cleaning? And how do we manage our cleaning operations? Because cleaning is literally the bedrock of every short-term rental. Like, a clean space takes your home from 0 to infinity. Guests are very, very anal about multiple things, but one particular thing that they're extremely anal about is the cleanliness of your home. Some other things might not, if your Wi-Fi is not working, for example, on that day, it might not really matter to them, but the fact that they come into like a clean space, it just makes them feel like you have paid so much attention to detail. So now the question is, in a Lagos Airbnb, do you offer daily cleaning or do you offer your cleaning periodically? I remember when we started off Casa Nomads, we were offering periodic cleaning. So our cleanings were usually every 2 to 3 days, depending on, and we'll do it like based on demand, right? So we had some guests that were very particular and will say things like, oh, we needed to come clean every 2 days, that's every other day, right? And then some were not very particular. They would say, okay, it's fine, you don't need to clean, come in 4 days, come in 5 days. And I feel like I was very myopic in my thinking, and I tailored my cleaning service not to the environment, but to what I supposedly felt was attainable in all Airbnbs. So I had been to multiple Airbnbs and cleaners don't come, like I stayed in an Airbnb for a month and I did not see a cleaner for the entire month, right? With Nigeria, we could just add like maybe cleaning every other day or every 3 days. That was sufficient enough, but believe you me, it was not. And once we rebranded, one of the major things that I had to ensure was there had to be daily cleaning, and it helped so much. Like, it made such a huge difference. So now so I'll give you what the pros of not having daily cleaning is and what the cons are. So the pros are, I mean, it's obviously cheaper for you not to have daily cleaning. You don't have to manage a lot of staff and stuff like that. So it is, and then like I said, it's just cheaper. It's more cost effective, right? But then we tend to forget that abroad, most people don't have cleaners as part of their companies or part of their operations. Cleaning is usually outsourced. So it is usually very expensive. So you have cleaning apps where you can hire cleaners for the day or for the week and things like that. And you're paying these cleaners maybe like $20 to $30 per clean, or $10 per hour. Sometimes they charge per hour, sometimes they charge per clean. It is super expensive abroad. Labor is expensive abroad. So I can understand why daily cleaning will not be offered. Because when you think about it, right, if you're staying in an Airbnb for an entire month and your homeowner has to incorporate cleaning in your costs, and cleaning is at $30 per day, that is an additional 30 times 30, that is $900 that you probably didn't budget for. And you're coming to an Airbnb because it's supposedly cheaper than a hotel. If I'm paying an additional $900 for somewhere that's supposedly cheaper, I might as well just go to a hotel, you know? So it kind of defeats the purpose of an Airbnb. So it makes absolutely no sense abroad, and I get why. But coming down to Lagos State or Nigeria in general, labor is cheap, you know, so you can afford to incorporate daily cleaning into your costs. All you need to do is, so now I would definitely not recommend outsourcing your cleaning operations. I would recommend having in-house trainers in-house cleaners that you have trained, and you need to put them on a schedule. So your cleaners, for example, cannot clean 7 days a week. You can have one cleaner that cleans 7 days a week. You need to have your cleaners on rotation. So you can have 2 cleaners. If you have, for example, hypothetically speaking, you have 1 apartment or 2 apartments, you can have 3 cleaners for 2 apartments that clean maybe like 3 to 4 times a week. So they're kind of like on a schedule. So they're not, you also need to think about things like burnout of the cleaners. You don't want them to be overwhelmed, and you want them to be on top of their game every single time they go into a home. And like I said, labor in Nigeria is definitely way cheaper than labor abroad, so you can afford to incorporate cleaning, daily cleaning into your cost, and your guests wouldn't even feel the impact of you putting daily cleaning, you know what I mean? And you also need to make sure, so like I said, when we started off with 3 days or 2 days intervals for the cleanings, right? And if you needed any extra cleaning, we were charging a certain amount of money, which when I think about it, makes absolutely no sense. So we had our guests were definitely always complaining like, okay, why are you charging me an extra 5K or an extra 10K because I want you to clean an extra day, you know? So the complaints were a lot. So I'm like, okay, you know what, we need to go back to the drawing board, understand our market, and re-strategize. Would it be easier for us to say, okay, if you need an extra clean, you're paying 10K, or would it just be easier for you to just add 30K to their final cost, and they have daily cleaning, whether they want to use it? I mean, we have some guests that don't use daily cleaning, which is fine, but it's already incorporated in your cost regardless. And we also have to consider the fact that a lot of our business comes from local arrivals. Every Nigerian has a cleaner at the list, you know what I mean? They have like a housekeeper or cleaner that is not, labor is so cheap that you don't have to be a rich person to have these services in Nigeria, right? So imagine you having like a cleaner or housekeeper in your home, and then you're booking an Airbnb for a week or a couple of nights, and they expect you to clean. No, you will not. You will not clean, you know what I mean? So it would already rub you off the wrong way. So I would say in Nigeria, you should definitely do daily cleaning and kind of like incorporate it into your cost. Now, the management of the cleaners or how that cleaning operation should go is a totally different video. You know, I don't want to really go into it, but you need to, I'll just give you like a couple of tips on how to manage your cleaning operations, and then maybe in the next video I will give more details. So your cleaners need to be trained. That's number one. Like, it's a non-negotiable. There are a lot of cleaning companies in Nigeria that do very solid training for your cleaners. So your cleaners need to be trained, and your cleaners also need to have a certain outlook. They need to look good. They need to wear maybe like a brand, even if it's not branded, but they need to look a certain way. So you can say maybe like a black polo t-shirt and black pants, you know, so it's easy for them to get those kind of outfits, you know. They need to wear comfortable shoes. So our cleaners currently wear Crocs. You know, so because Crocs are easy to slip in and slip out of, and it's just easy for you to just go around the homes in Crocs, and it looks presentable, you know. So things like that are very important. Your cleaners should not be going around with slippers. And then things like your cleaners also need to be polite, you know. You can politely decline a request from a guest, because guests can be very ridiculous. You know, they can decide, oh, they want to send cleaners. Your cleaners are not errand people. They're not errand people at all. So you can politely decline. Just teach them how to be polite and let them know that, oh, I'm so sorry, I can't do that at the moment. I have something to do. And then another thing we also do, this is like secrets, we also have like cleaning codes, right? So we have a different code for when a guest is currently in the home. You know, we have a different code for a checkout, and we have a different code for a home that has been occupied for such a long time and you want to do like thorough cleaning, you know. So all those things also matter as well. So that, say for example, if you tell your cleaner you're going to do like gray cleaning or green cleaning or white cleaning, they already know what that is and you don't have to explain in detail. So like I said, that's video for another day. It's a process, you know, but after a while they will get it, they will understand it. It becomes routine for them, and it's just something that they just know how to do once they keep doing it all the time. So like I said, totally different videos. So the question is, should your Airbnb offer daily cleaning in Lagos? I would say a big yes, because the pros definitely outweigh the cons. The only con is it'll be more expensive, but you can definitely incorporate that into your cost and your guests will not even notice that there's a difference, because like I mentioned earlier, labor is pretty cheap in this country. So yeah, that's all. If you have any questions, any comments, and if you have a contrary opinion, for example, if you feel like, oh, daily cleaning is not a necessity, I would definitely love to read from you, and leave your comments in the box below. Take care, bye.